Most people think the Norse cosmos is just Asgard and maybe that ice place, but the truth is way stranger. It's 9 interconnected worlds hanging on a tree that's slowly dying, and every single realm knows it. Yggdrasil isn't a metaphor. It's not a symbol for connection or wisdom or whatever your yoga instructor said. It's the actual structure holding reality together, a cosmic ash tree with roots tangled in primordial chaos and branches stretching into starlight. Without it, there is no cosmos. Just void. And here's the thing that makes Norse cosmology so unsettling. The tree is under attack. Constantly. A serpent called Nhggr gnaws at the roots from below, chewing through the foundation of everything. A heart named Ikerni eats the bark from above, stripping away the surface. There's even a squirrel running up and down the trunk carrying insults between them, because apparently cosmic destruction needed a hype man. And Yggdrasil just stands anyway. Bleeding sap, creaking under the weight, still holding 9 entire realms in its branches. That's the Norse understanding of existence right there. Beautiful, doomed, defiant. The 9 realms themselves aren't planets. They're not dimensions in the sci-fi sense. They're more like neighborhoods on the tree, each one connected by branches and bridges, each one leaking into the others. You've got gods above, giants at the edges, humans in the middle, and the dead below, all sharing the same rickety structure. All waiting for the same inevitable collapse. Asgard is the realm you know. The gleaming fortress. The golden halls. Odin's throne, Thor's hammer, Valhalla waiting for the worthy dead. It's where the Aesir live, the gods of war and order and thunder, and if you only know one Norse realm, it's this one. But here's the thing that doesn't get talked about enough. Asgard wasn't always the power center. The other gods remember. And across the cosmic branches sits Vanaheim, home of the Vanir, older gods, earth gods, the ones who deal in fertility and wealth and sorcery. The magic that makes things grow, the kind of power that doesn't need a weapon. For a long time, these 2 divine families did not get along. We're talking full war. The Aesir couldn't beat the Vanir. The Vanir couldn't beat the Aesir. So they did what powerful families do when nobody wins. They made a truce and exchanged hostages. Which, honestly, tells you everything about divine politics. Freya, Vanir, Freyr, Vanir. 2 of the most beloved gods in Asgard are technically prisoners of war living under someone else's roof. The gods you think are running things are actually holding together a fragile peace that's been intact for centuries. The realms aren't just places. They're treaties. They're compromises. They're old grudges on pores. Midgard is us. Middle Earth. The human realm, literally positioned between the gods above and the chaos below. Which, honestly, tracks when you think about the human condition. We're always caught between aspiration and entropy, between building cities and watching them crumble. We exist in the contested middle ground. But here's where it gets interesting. Below us, tangled in the roots of Yggdrasil, sits Jotunheim, the realm of giants. Except giant is a terrible translation that flattens everything. They're Jotnar, primal beings of wild nature. They're not evil. They're not monsters waiting to be slain. They're everything civilization isn't: untamed, unpredictable, vast. They're the storm that doesn't care about your harvest, the mountain that won't move, the winter that kills without malice. And this is the part that rewrites everything. the gods didn't defeat the giants. They married them. Odin's mother was a Jotun. Thor's wife Sif, a giant. Freyr fell in love with Ger from Jotunheim and gave up his sword to marry her. The entire divine family tree is hopelessly tangled with the very beings they're supposedly at war with. Which means the cosmic battle between order and chaos, between Asgard and Jotunheim, between civilization and wilderness, it's also a family feud. The apocalypse isn't strangers at the gate. It's your relatives burning down the house you all used to share. Now we get to the realms most people conveniently skip over. The ones that don't fit the Viking warrior aesthetic. The ones that remind you this cosmology is way stranger than the movies suggest. Svartalfheim, home of the dwarves, though the Norse also called them dark elves, because apparently clarity wasn't a priority. These are the master smiths who live deep underground, working metal and magic into things like Mjolnir, Gungni, Drapni, basically every weapon or treasure the gods brag about. Which means the Shining Easy are utterly dependent on beings they barely acknowledge. The gods need them. But respect them? That's another story. Then there's Niflheim. Primordial ice. The freezing void that existed before anything else. Before the tree, before the gods, before fire and flesh. And here's the thing, it's still there. Still coiled at Yggdrasil's roots. Still cold. Still hungry. Still waiting. It didn't go away just because creation happened on top of it. It's patient. And Helheim, the realm of the dead, ruled by Hel herself, half living, half corpse, her body a walking contradiction. But this isn't punishment. It's not fire and torment. It's just where you go if you didn't die in battle. Which, let's be honest, is most people. Hel governs it with a quiet, eerie dignity the gods refuse to recognize. She doesn't beg for respect. She doesn't need to. She knows everyone ends up in her hole eventually. Even them. So here's where it gets haunting. Alfheim is the realm of light elves, and that's basically all we've got. The source is just, go quiet. There's this whole realm of luminous beings woven into the Norse cosmos, and we've collectively forgotten them. It's like finding a locked room in a house you thought you knew. You can't see inside, but you know something radiant lives there. That's silence. It aches a little. Then there's Muspelheim. Primordial fire. The mirror opposite of Niflheim's ice. Home to fire giants and Surtur, who's standing there holding a flaming sword, waiting. Just waiting. When Ragnarök comes, he's going to burn it all down. The apocalypse, it turns out, has a home address. But here's the thing, these aren't just exotic locations on some cosmic map. They're principles. Ice and fire. Light and dark. Order and wildness. The 9 realms aren't places you visit. They're forces held in tension, all threaded through Yggdrasil's roots and branches. And that tree? It's trembling. It's rotting. NHGGR is chewing at the root right now. The whole structure is falling apart, slowly, inexorably. That's the Norse cosmos. Not a paradise. Not a punishment. A system breaking down in real time, with everyone inside it just trying to hold on. Here's the part that hits different. The gods know exactly how they die. Odin's seen it. A wolf named Fenrir will swallow him whole. Thor will kill the world serpent, take 9 steps back, and collapse from its poison. Freyr fights without his sword and falls. They've known this for eons. And they still show up. They still fight. They still protect the realms. Which is maybe the most Norse thing imaginable, not avoiding your fate, but meeting it with your chin up and your weapon drawn. Ragnarök isn't punishment. It's not divine failure or cosmic judgment. It's just what happens when the tree finally falls. The realms will burn. The gods will die. The sun gets swallowed. The stars go out. And then, maybe, something new grows from the ashes. Green shoots from scorched earth. That's the thing about Norse cosmology that nobody tells you. It's not about winning. It's not about eternal glory or some pristine forever heaven. It's about standing your ground while the sky cracks open. And that's somehow more honest than any paradise ever promised. The tree still stands, for now, roots deep in ice, branches touching fire, and somewhere in the middle, us, waiting for the sky to crack open. Follow Blackfire Atelier. I'll see you in the shadows.